Go on then, Rob.
Okay.
Willow, 34 years later?
Yeah, so the only reason I rewatched this is because there's the TV series. I don't know how soon that is that's coming out, actually, but there's a TV series sort of spin-off sequel to this. So I just thought, well, I don't remember being a big fan of it originally, so let me just watch it and maybe I might change my mind on it, really. Now, I can kind of remember my reaction to this when this came out in 1988.
God.
So 15 years old. And it was Ron Howard, who obviously knows what he's doing. Val Kilmer's basically playing a sort of a Han Solo. It was basically from the makers of Star Wars, because George Lucas is all involved in it. It's just like George Lucas doing a fantasy movie.
Yep.
And I remember being disappointed in it when I was a kid. I remember feeling like, the clips they'd shown on Blue Peter are the best bits, and the rest of it's not that good, really. And it's weird, like watching it back later, thinking, well, my 15-year-old self was bang on with this. Really, it's a bit drab looking, I think. In terms of spectacle and particularly what you're used to now.
Does it look very cheap now?
Even then, I mean, we had Star Wars then, so things just look a little bit. When you watch old Doctor Who, everything looks a bit filmed in on a grey day.
Like
everything looks a bit dull,
isn't it? It's like Labyrinth.
Yeah, that looks a bit. It looks like that.
But Labyrinth looks good, I think, aged now. But does this look cheaper and less good?
I think Labyrinth gets by because it's a puppet, because of Bowie, but this doesn't have either of those things to charm you, really. I like Warwick Davis. I like him a lot. I like all the stuff he does in like the comedy stuff he does with Ricky Gervais.
He's so funny in that, yeah.
And I am looking forward to the new TV series because of that little video that he did introducing the cast, and I don't know how old he would have been back then here, like 1988. I don't know how old he would have been at the time. Born 1970. Wow. So he was 18 years old when he made it.
Wow.
He can't really act very well. His acting's not very good.
Is it not?
His accent seems to be all over the place. There's times when I'm thinking, is he trying to be slightly American or what? I don't know. The plot's dreary. There's these little tiny people in it which are annoying. Val Kilmer's just being Han Solo, which is the best thing in it, to be honest, but he is just being Han Solo. There's no chemistry, which is funny because they actually got together in real life between him and Joanne Whalley. She became Joanne Whalley Kilmer, didn't she, if you remember her?
Yes.
And he's like completely smitten with her, and she suddenly falls in love with him. But I didn't feel there's any chemistry between them whatsoever.
You saying that,
the
Rob?
effects are proper dated, and they've got no personality to them in the same way that Jason the Argonauts is dated, but it's got personality to it. The 70s Star Wars films are dated, but they've got personality to them. This hasn't got any personality to it at all. It's just really, it felt like a real chore.
Does it feel like a TV film?
Get to the end of it. Yeah, it's hard to think that it was some of the cheaper things, like, remember Krull?
I do, and I remember it very fondly, and I'm sure it does not hold up.
But
that'll be on the stars.
I seem to remember Willow. Wasn't Willow more of like a big push? This is a blockbuster movie. But maybe I should track down Krull and see what I think of that nowadays. This felt trash.
It's like Battle Beyond the Stars. I remember that very, very fondly, and I'm sure that does not hold up either.
But I wonder if they'd still be entertaining.
Well, maybe
they'd have some spark about them.
I'm happy to watch Krull if you want to. We can give that a go.
This has got no spark in it. The way the villain's introduced is so dull. Is having the villain just kill someone or do something dramatic as an entrance, like Vader coming down the corridor.
Yeah.
She's just sort of standing in a room with a henchman, and they're just sort of standing there having a conversation. She doesn't do anything remotely wicked about it at all, compared to Maleficent or something like that in Sleeping Beauty.
So
the Evil Queen's boring.
So you said a minute ago, I think I know exactly what you mean. Do you remember when you'd watch, like you say, was it Take? No, there was a program, wasn't there, that did like, was it called Film Reel or something? It was like Blue Peter, and you'd see a clip of Indiana Jones being chased by the rolling boulder, or I know you and me watched Film 88 or something, and we saw Blade Runner shooting down a replica, and you saw that. And then when you went to the cinema, it was part of a bigger deal. But you're exactly right. There used to be films where the only 3 or 4 bits you saw were the only good bits in the film. So you were a little bit ripped off, really, weren't you? But
yeah, this it's if you're interested in watching the TV show when it comes out,
which I may well do. Yeah.
Please don't feel the need to watch the old film again. I've done it for you, so you don't have to.
Oh dear. Well, I'm not going to watch it now you've said that, but I will watch a new series.